So be it. So be it. So be it. So be it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is JoeJinMovieSoAwesome. I'm Joe.
I'm Won-Jin.
This is going to be our spoilers review of The Amateur, starring Malek.
Rami Malek. The guy who played Freddie Mercury
Yeah.
in Bohemian Rhapsody.
So full spoilers for the movie. Here we go. Yo. This is definitely amateurish. Oh my god. You know, the best part was the first 30 minutes. And it was all downhill for me, Won-Jin. I felt like, I think you mentioned this before we started the podcast, is you said this should have been a TV series. Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Think they should have given the characters and also the plot more space to really have some meaningful development.
Yeah, I mean, now that we're talking about The Amateur, I feel like we owe Danny Boyle an apology because 28 years later was done way better than this. You know, this is the same 2 hours. Oh, what's up, ZZ? Welcome back. Hey, it wasn't that bad. You are so harsh. No, ZZ, it was trash. I'm sorry. Won-Jin, no, Won-Jin, your turn. I
wouldn't call it a trash.
Yeah?
I mean, I was still entertained by the whole movie. But the thing is, although it is released in 2025, it felt like a lot
90s.
of those like 90s movies. You know, like The Fugitive with Harrison Ford or something.
Oh, yeah.
Like this guy who's supposedly like very far from espionage or anything.
You know what the fuck the difference is? There was Harrison Ford in that. That's the fucking difference.
No, but you gotta be fair. I mean, Rami Malek, I thought he was kind of wasted. His talent was wasted in this film because I think he was very good at conveying like emotions through the screen. And when he was like heartbroken by the news of his wife's death, I thought that was very real. But within 2 hours, him changing into like a CIA spy, first of all, that was not persuasive to me. And second, if they're gonna do that, he shouldn't have like a series of people to kill. He should just have one person to kill.
You know what this movie's problem is? This movie is post-Spy 2015, where we saw this before, where an operative become a field agent.
Yeah.
Except that was fucking funny as fuck. And here,
we're talking about the movie with Melissa McCarthy, by the way.
yeah, here, like, it was definitely not professional.
and not funny.
No, like I think this should have been like a 4-episode miniseries.
Yeah, it would have been better had it been a miniseries, or like I said, they should have just like one single villain to kill. If they did that, this movie could have been something like what we saw from Collateral. You know how Jamie Foxx goes from a taxi driver in the end to a badass? They should have shown that progression in a more gradual pace with Rami Malek.
How dare you compare this to Michael Mann's great movie Collateral?
Tom Cruise, baby.
Fuck yeah. No, and you're missing something there, brother. Collateral happened in a day. There was that element in the environment. Here, I didn't... Like, why are you banging this Russian... Okay, you're not even banging this
They just hugged.
Russian...
Yeah.
They
just hugged.
That's adorable. No, that's so cute. And then she dies, and then, like... You are supposed to grow into this killer. Collateral felt real because he was desperate. You know, there's the story device that kept that interesting. It happened in a day. Here, you travel to Morocco. Like, I couldn't tell if you were 007 or Spy 2015. Like, there were scenes that I actually, like, no lie, I laughed.
And another thing is, he's not an ordinary man. He already works for the CIA, and like you said, he's an operator.
He has IQ
He works in an
170.
office, and his weapon is his intelligence, right? And I don't think they showed off that enough
Okay.
in order for those scenes to be more cool.
You know, you're being more fair to it than I am.
They should have maximized his character.
Yeah. Like between the last Marvel movie and this movie, how can you say this was trash? No, but Zezzy, to me, they're all the same. Because like after after the 1 hour mark, I fell asleep. I was like, oh shit, the movie's still going on. Like and the problem is the pacing too. Like you mentioned Collateral, that was your mistake, Won-Jin, because Collateral. Every time they get back on the cab,
Don't get on like the whole movie. I'm just talking about the transformation of Jamie Foxx.
Right.
That's all. That's the only reason I brought up Collateral.
No, Won-Jin,
Jamie Foxx's transformation.
I'm not personally attacking you. I'm saying you mentioned that.
No need to dive into Collateral.
I'm not being personalized here. I'm saying Training Day, Collateral equal movie. But you mentioned Collateral. This is not an equal movie because Training Day and Collateral happens in a day.
See, those are great role models for the character transformation. That's the reason Collateral is being mentioned
Here,
because I'm not really persuaded by Rami Malek's transformation throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Because
the time is all over the place. I'm glad you mentioned Collateral because those things are like, you have a clock. People change, and it's more convincing that he would do something more drastic, right? But here, like, the setup. First of all, okay, this is why this could have been a great series. The series, like the setup was brilliant. The first 30 minutes I did enjoy. Now it was up to the movie to suspend my disbelief, but in the middle there were just so many hiccups and so many scenes that I was not convinced by it. And you know who I hated the most? I hated Jon Bernthal just like stepping in and saying this is not for you and fucking off. I was like, what the fuck was that?
He was completely erasable from the movie. He was completely irrelevant, by the way. It's like, why is he there?
Exactly, man. That's what I'm saying. Oh, Lizzie, I agree with Jin. Don't contradict Jin. Jin is always, where are you, Void? Where, Void? Void and Parrot, I need you, man. They're ganging up on me. But I'm just saying it was just
hashtag Team Jin.
Yeah. After 1 hour, I just felt it was dumb. No. I'm not criticizing you.
Oh no! I'm not taking it personally or anything.
I know.
I'm trying to remind myself of that scene where he was trying to trap that lady in that clinic. Supposedly she was allergic to something.
Yeah.
Remember? That scene, I think he should have completely fucked up in that scene. In order for this movie to be called The Amateur. And somehow, inadvertently, he still succeeds in killing her and getting out information. I think he should have fucked up, like, big time right there. And then they should actually show us some time for him to kind of pull himself together and eventually, I don't know, be more convincing that he is ready to kill somebody. And he just so conveniently went to the next guy and basically murdered him out of his pool.
Yo, see, that's the problem. Oh, what's up, Void? What about Rami's acting? Was it copy and paste from... No, it's not. It was not copy and paste from Mr. Robot. His acting was good. He played a very amateur really well. Someone who's not comfortable doing this, but he has to do it because of his rage. The acting was good. The writing was shit. That's the problem. I really like the way Rami did his victims, really. That was smart. The Poland in the oxygen chamber.
But I'm not sure if it was smart, because his goal was to extract information from her. If she's choking from an allergic reaction, how are you going to do that?
No, Won-Jin, I have a better suggestion. Watch Born Identity.
Yeah.
Just shoot her in the kneecap and then say, give it to me.
Tell her that the next one is going to be in your head.
Yeah, or I'm going to kill you. No, but the thing is, though, the swimming pool scene was cool.
Yeah, I think that's the only cool kill there.
Yeah, that was a highlight.
And like the bomb explosion thing, that was too generic.
No,
for
but
me.
I was hoping they showed him like dead with the glass like sticking on his face, and him being like Korean bindaetteok on the fucking floor. Hey, here's another problem with this movie.
And by the way, that was also not cool. What about the property damage of that hotel?
Yo, shut the fuck up about the property damage.
What did they do to him?
Won-Jin, I have a question. Do you think this is PG-13 or rated R? It's not a trick question. Can I tell you? I couldn't tell because like I feel like they wanted to be PG-13, but it was pretty rated R the way they did it. So I was hoping, because
what I felt about that pool scene. I thought that scene, the whole thing, was filmed just to be on the trailer. That's what I felt.
That's very good observation, man.
That's what I felt.
No, but if you say that, it feels like 5 trailers became a movie in this film. Because the individual scenes are cool. But see, here's another problem. You mentioned Collateral. I'm gonna mention Man on Fire. About Denzel, because Man on Fire. The reason why Man on Fire works for me, it's not a perfect film. Denzel portrayed this raging man over death of an innocent girl really well. Here, sometimes I had to be reminded that Remy lost his wife.
Yeah, it's like, why is he doing this?
Yeah.
Is he a spy?
Yeah.
'Cause, like you said, subconsciously, I was thinking he was on a mission.
Yeah. No, exactly. No, do you know what I mean? That's why Tony Scott is genius, because Tony Scott is a very masculine director, but anytime you see Denzel Washington, like his single shots, you can tell like her dying really disturbs
he
him.
really took that personally.
Yeah, he's not having a good time. Like he's really thinking about it.
And Tony Scott's brother Ridley Scott also does the same thing in Gladiator.
Really
Remember,
well.
there's always a scene where Russell Crowe is praying with those figurines of his
Right.
wife and child.
Thank you. No, but here there was the the fake like watching wife thing, but listen, Won-Jin, I don't know what the problem is. It could be me being too harsh on the film, but I didn't feel that emotional investment the way I did watching Man on Fire and Gladiator.
Yeah.
Here, whenever the wife came, I was like, yeah, she's there.
He's still. I got the sense that, okay, he's still mourning, and he's probably unstable to do a mission. Another thing I didn't like too much was how he leveraged that classified information. Like the tampering of his superiors, because I don't think that was like the best way to convince us that he was let out in the field.
Oh, Won-Jin, I have a good answer to what we just talked about. I think the problem is Ramek's character didn't show proper rage enough. You know how, like, because in Man of Fire, when Denzel Washington sticks a bomb up someone's ass.
Yeah, and he also chops off people's fingers, and then he burns it with the cigarette lighter.
You know this man is angry. Like, he's not...
And he's enjoying that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, not enjoying it.
He's having that revenge right there.
Yeah. He's more like, this is justice. And, like,
And he's very spiteful.
Yeah, no amount of pain I give you is going to, like, quench it. Like, but here, I thought that was kind of missing because... And the problem is, like, because of the title amateur and because he's an amateur, like... See, this is why it needed to be a series. Because it needed the characters to give, like, room to breathe and show us their different dimensions on why, like, this operative would become a field agent. Like, that was not convincing enough for me.
And let me also summarize my thought on this. It's called The Amateur, but I don't think the movie's time gave us enough moments where his lack of skills and lack of professionalism got him into trouble. Because I think Jackal went through more trouble, and that guy was a fucking professional. He had more at stake in these moments. But
I'm glad you mentioned Dana
really
Jackal because that's why this should have been a series. Just show him more fumbling about before he gets it down, and then finally when he confronts his wife, direct killer. And does the, like, get it down on your knees, it's more moving. Because when he did get down on your knees, I didn't get it. I was like, what? And then it's already over. I wanted you to feel how my wife felt. I was like, son, I didn't even know your wife that well.
Or if it was going to be like this, like, somewhat disappointing, I hope they would have gone a little more stupid. Like, give us the surprise twist that his wife wasn't dead. She was actually alive. She was one of them. And that video was like the footage of his wife getting shot was fabricated through AI.
That's why I mentioned Spy, man. Like, here we go. Like, suspension of disbelief gone. Oh, was it dry comedy like Killer? No, it was. The Killer is a way better movie than this.
Yeah, this movie was far from comedy. I actually thought the movie was pretty sad all throughout, because even after his killing, you don't really feel, like you said, the word quenched. You don't really feel quenched. It still feels sad all throughout the movie.
Yeah. I mean,
so it's kind of depressing.
It couldn't, like, the tone was also. And another problem I had was, Won-Jin, I'm glad you mentioned the 90s, because this is definitely like a 90s homage in the fact that there's a CIA corruption and like.
And in the end, everything is solved, and the cop cars come, and you have that blanket, and you're having this hot chocolate next to the nurse.
Yes, like I thought it was not well done enough. And I feel like, here's one thing I want to defend the movie though. It was definitely 2025. Like the Remek character was definitely like they were trying to portray her everyman, just the way Bruce Willis is in Die Hard. Except it didn't ring with me. I just prefer Denzel Washington in Man on Fire, because remember when he dies, I'm really sad.
That's right.
Because Denzel Washington. Hey, another thing, Won-Jin, you and I mentioned Gladiator, Man on Fire. They fucking die to get the revenge done.
After avenging
the
family. Yeah.
Here Remek is getting on the plane. I can't wait to meet my next connect because I can bang her too. You know, like I just felt it was very unprofessional.
Unprofessional.
Yeah.
That should have been the subtitle for this.
Yeah.
The amateur.
And I
very unprofessional.
Two characters wasted for me is Lawrence Fishburne and Jon Bernthal. They should have been one character. They should have been literally one character.
And I kind of hope they would have been more menacing.
Yeah, I mean, Lawrence Fishburne coming back to life, I was like, are they looking for a sequel?
Because to me, he just felt like a chaperone. They both felt like a chaperone.
Yeah. There's like 30 minutes missing in this movie. That's how I felt.
But still, to be fair, the movie was still entertaining for me. I didn't get bored in the middle, but I just thought it was not enough. Okay. That's what I felt.
Actually, anger is one of the few emotion nerves externalized. Okay. For the whole movie, I was sure the wife was alive and probably a double agent. See, that's the problem with that. See, that's the tone fucking problem. When Denzel Washington... Okay, never mind. Fuck it. I gotta stop talking about Man on Fire. Let's give a number grade, man.
I would give this movie... maybe it's too hard. I would give it a 6. I would give this movie a 6. What about you?
So 6 means
it's not exceptional, but it's still entertaining enough for you not to be bored throughout the movie.
Because you gave a 6, I'm gonna give this a 2. You know why?
Why you were gonna give it a 3?
No, because I'm gonna put the average down 5. So JoeJinMovieSo gives this a 4. Because I don't want nobody watching this.
Really?
Yeah, because I wasted my time with this fucking movie. And listen, after the 40-minute mark, I hated every single fucking part of this. 7. I would give it a 7 for the actors. No, Zenzi. The actors were great. The writing is shit. And when you put in a name like The Amateur, see, this movie has a problem with, like, it's worse than 28 years later in the fact that the very fact that you guys mentioned the wife might be alive just means that, like tonally, it didn't fucking make sense.
That's right.
I couldn't tell if it
like
was serious or garbage.
It was not consistent throughout the movie.
And I honestly, if Won-Jin gave it an 8, I would have gave it a -2 to just put it down to 3. But so JoeJinMovieSoAwesome gives this movie a 4 because I don't want any of y'all to ever watch this shit again. Watch 28 years later 3 times rather than watch this movie
or
one time.
Watch The Spy from 2015 another time.
Isn't that like an 11 for us, Won-Jin?
Yeah.
That's like an 11.
That's like, yeah. That's more than 10.
Shut up, Joe. Since he said, shut up. hey, the movie was okay. It was watched. No, it was not by regular people who are not. What do you mean regular people? Fuck you, who are not criticizing movies like old ladies. No, I'm gonna criticize this movie like old ladies as much as I fucking want to. Fuck this garbage. The actors were wasted. I'm gonna give it a 2. But you guys can give any grade you want.
It could have been better as a series again.
Oh, Won-Jin. Okay, that's a great conclusion. This should have been. I wish you had more ratings. What do you mean, Void? I wish this was a miniseries. I mentioned 4 episodes, but hey, Won-Jin. Real talk. After hearing you, I wish this was a 6-episode miniseries. I think if this was like 3 hour and 30-minute properly done. Where we get Lawrence Fishburne's backstory, we get Jon Bernthal's backstory, we also get the CIA director piece of shit's backstory,
and we also get like a moment where like Lawrence Fishburne or Jon Bernthal,
thank you,
their skills shine.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Play.
There we go. Like if it was done like that, because
and that moment should come in when. You know, the main character is supposed to be super smart. He's got everything calculated and everything, but just like in The Day of the Jackal, something always goes wrong. There's always a variable, and that's when the experienced guys come in and help him out or something. Hey, that's the kind of moments we needed in this movie.
Hey, you know this. Why'd you give this a 6? Fuck you. You're describing it like a 5.
This still deserves a 6 to me. Yeah, it is still entertaining.
I have a question, Won-Jin. Would you watch it again? Look at this guy's face.
I don't know.
Your face did not lie, son. Look at you. Would you watch it again?
That's why I gave it a 6.
No. My question was simple. Would you watch it again?
Not any time in the near future, and that is why it gets a 6.
Oh wait. Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning or this?
Final Reckoning.
And you gave Final Reckoning a what?
Didn't I give it like a 7?
You gave it a 7, and you gave this a 6. Are you sure this is 6? That sounds like 5 to me.
Nah, this is a 6.
All right, I'm just fucking with y'all. Yeah, okay, that must count for something. Okay, but with Shinnok Douche, I was struggling to No, Zenzi! Okay, we're gonna do less talk soon, okay? So Jojin movie, so awesome. Oh, I was quoting Denzel lines to Mexican with the ass bomb. Void, thank you! Okay, Void. Hey guys, I have a promise. Won-Jin, listen, look at me. Won-Jin, Void, and Zezi, listen up. 1 month later, we're gonna talk about this movie again.
Okay.
But my question will be, what scene do you remember? But I bet my bottom dollar that none of y'all will remember any fucking scene.
Or everyone's gonna say the swimming pool, because that's the only thing they're gonna remember.
That was cool though. But I wish that was a whole episode. Remember if it was like set up as...
And it needed more build-up.
Yeah.
Just to remember how in The Day of the Jackal, every kill was built up with so much effort.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Man. I agree. Like if it was like the whole mission was to get him on the swimming pool.
The only thing that we knew that he was getting ready for was like that... he just put that compressor thing next to like wherever that was.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah. So fuck this movie. No, so wait, hold on. I was quoting Denzel's line to Mexican with ass bomb. See? That's what I'm saying. Void remembers that. But anyway, JoeJin Movie So Awesome gives Amateur a 3. Please do not watch...
Oh, that was a 4. 2 and 6. Yeah, so it's a 4.
Okay, so please do not watch this POS. This belongs to the garbage can of Netflix. I'm forcing Won-Jin's hand because he gave 6. But remember, we agreed. This is the average we gave. So this is a POS movie. Terrible.
Nah, POS is too harsh.
You think so?
POP.
All right.
We instead of shit, we'll use like a gentler term like poop.
Okay. This was
POP.
POP. I hated this movie so much. I will watch Shinnok Douche over this. Anyway, we're gonna take a short break and do a Let's Talk. Big shout out to Void and Zezi. Thank you for your nice comments. It was really smart. And this has been JoeJin Movies Awesome. I'm Joe.
I'm Won-Jin.
We'll be right back with Let's Talk,
We'll be right
baby.
back.
Let's go. Bye,
the amateur.
You mean unprofessional?
The amateur.
Leon was 10 times better than this.
Yo, it's not on like what you said about the Collateral. Leon, the professional, it should never be on the same page. It shouldn't even be on the same book.
I used to respect you a lot, Won-Jin, but your judgment of this movie is giving me doubts about your hip-hop literacy as well.
Man, I'm just thinking that since I wasn't bored throughout the film, I was like, okay.
That's like saying Wu-Tang.
Yeah, it could be like a great killing time movie.
That's true.
Mhm.
If it was a series, though.
Mm.
The Big